Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Meryl-Lee and today I'm back with a brand new sit down video, and as you guys can already see by the title, we are talking all about apologies in today's video. Had a small fallout with my mom sometimes in December. Sometimes it is very difficult for me to apologize to certain people in my life, or to even accept an apology from certain people. It just takes me longer. So I do apologize ultimately, but it just takes me longer to get to the apology, or I do accept the apology. It just takes me longer to process the apology sometimes with certain people in my life, and my mom is one of those people. We are two very strong dominant women, right? So my approach and her approach is sometimes very similar. So when me and my mom have an argument, it is a heated argument constantly all the time, just because we are both such strong alpha women, right? So it is just a thing with me and my mother this year in 2020. So this is an argument that me and my mother had in the year 2022, December 2022, which is not long ago. It's literally about a month and a half ago. So decided as I was entering in 2023, in my mind, I already knew what it is that I would like to change within the year 2023. In my mind, I already knew what is it that I don't want to take with me in the year 2023. In my mind, I already knew what I want to change in the year 2023, and that is one of the things that I wanted to change in the year 2023 is to, whenever I have an argument with my mom, just tone it down a little. Definitely not take away from what I want to say, still get my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions out there, but definitely tone it down a little bit, because ultimately I just want to tone down a few things, and then also when I receive an apology, just start accepting an apology much quicker, and then also just be very quick to give an apology where I need to give an apology. So that is what I said I wanted to do in the year 2023. Little did I know that a challenge would come so quick. So quick. So I had the argument with my mom around about Christmas, and then the new year, it was still there. Didn't feel very good about it. It has been a prayer that I prayed on New Year's Eve when I went to church, and I was like, you know what? I am not just going to be praying in the year 2023. I'm actually going to apply action in the year 2023. It sounds so good. It sounds so easy. It sounds so Let me just say that it's not. It literally took so much out of me to actually just send an apology to my mother. But can I just tell you how that has lifted such a big weight off my shoulders, and how that actually so when I sent the apology to my mom immediately sent back an apology as well. And I made the conscious decision that just there and then, I apologize, she apologized, it is done. And I told it, and I said that to myself, and I did not allow what we fought about to still linger and say, oh, she apologized, but that is still there, and that is still there. No, because that is what I used to do. And then I would accept the apology, but that the issue still remains, right? So in the year 2023, I told myself, whoever apologized, I will accept that apology right there and then, and it will be done. If the same thing reoccurs over and over again, we will see how we deal with it. I am not going to say now in this video how I would deal with it. That's a challenge for another day. But as for now, this is me, right? So accepted the apology right there and then. And then the next time I went to my mother's house, unfortunately she wasn't there that Saturday. So that Saturday was a bit challenging for me because it was now going to be the first time since the fallout and then since the apology that I had to see my mother. So she wasn't there that weekend, but literally in that week, the following week, I posted something and I posted something about church, and my mom said she wanted to go to church, and I immediately said, that's fine, I'll pick you up, we'll go to church this Sunday. And let me just say that I didn't even feel like I had a fallout with my mom ever since our relationship has been so open. And last week, which is literally a month and a half ago since we had the fight, last week my mom mentioned something, and she said, when we had that fight, I went to God and I felt so bad within my soul. I went to God and I prayed unto God that I would speak better to my kids, and I would reply better to my kids, and I would respect my kids so much more, and I want to have a better relationship with my kids. And that was just something so profound for me, that God is definitely busy working, and God is definitely busy restoring, and God is definitely busy restructuring situations. And these were prayers once upon a time, and you can see a few answers here and there. And hence I felt I needed to make this video, not only because I got a small what sum of confirmation, but also just to express how I feel after I apologized on my side. One, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much lighter. The fact that I am allowing myself to let go of certain burdens, and I am allowing myself to start having healthy conversations and start having healthy relationship and start having healthy thoughts in my mind. Like, I cannot even tell you guys how basically close me and my mom is now. She has literally been sleeping at our house for the past 2 weekends. I literally pick her up every Saturday and drop her off every Sunday, and it like the last time my mom hasn't been at our apartment last year, probably all year. I think she's probably been at my place 2 or 3 times. Granted, she does have car issues, but also now the relationship is so much closer together because we are starting to respect one another, and we are starting to now, express our feelings in a more matured way than screaming and shouting and all these kind of things. And we are now at a point where we still address certain issues, and whenever we feel like we have overstepped in a certain area, we are able to now, apologize to one another. And we spoke about it, and it's just so good. And that just made me want to, dig a little bit deeper into this whole thing called apology and apologizing and forgive and forget and boundaries and respect. And this is what I came up with, and I just felt like sharing this with you guys. First of all, apology is a regretful acknowledgement of an offense or failure. The next thing is forgiveness. Forgiveness is the action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. And then the next thing is forget. Inadvertently neglect to do, bring, or mention something. Deliberately cease to think of. Consciously and intentionally. Stop thinking about it. Think no more. Put off one's mind. Banish from one's thought. And then the next thing is boundaries. Is a line which marks the limits of an area, a dividing line. Respect, a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something, by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. Due regard for the feeling, wishes, or rights of others. Now, I wrote those things down. Now, when we apologize, we say we forgive, but we don't forget, or people just needs to, know my boundaries, or people just needs to respect my boundaries, and it's just all about me, and it's just all about me, and it's just all about me. But what about the next person as well? What about the next person's boundaries? What about the next person's respect as well? So if I respect your boundaries and you respect my boundaries, and if I respect your wishes and you respect my wishes, we can come to like a common ground as to, okay, so in this area you feel like this, okay, in this area you feel like this. Because ultimately what I've grasped out of the argument that I had with my mom, on the one side she was not wrong, on the other side I wasn't wrong, on the other side she was wrong, and on the other side I was wrong. So one argument had so many different issues and had so many different elements. So I needed to apologize in the area where I was wrong, and she needed to apologize in the area that she was wrong, and I needed to respect and hear what she had to say about my things, and she had to respect and hear in the things that I have in my things. And we forgive, but we don't forget. I mean, I feel like that sometimes is so damaging to our mental health, by you forgiving a person but you're not forgetting it, you're not letting go of it, you still let that burden within yourself, and that thing just bruise, and it just grows, where you can consciously make the decision that, you know what, I am going to forget about it right now, for now, and I will respect you to forget about it. Because what I've also realized is that we're not perfect. None of us is perfect. None of us have it all together. And if you have that mentality that I have it all together and I'm always right, and the next person is always the one that's wrong, and the next person is always the one that needs to apologize, and the next person is always the one that owes you something, and you never have to apologize, and you never have to respect that, you have a lot that you have to work with, and you have a lot that you need to unpack. Because as much as the next person is wrong, you are wrong as well. And as much as the next person needs to respect you, you need to respect that human being as well. As much as you want to be respected, you have to give that same respect to the next person. As much as you have boundaries, the next person has boundaries as well. And ultimately, this is where the love aspects comes in. This is where we have to create new ways of loving each other, like going back to the root that ultimately, I love you, so I am making room to learn and understand you, and you need to make room and learn how to understand me as well. I have encountered a few relationships and a few people over this past 2 years that it's just a me included. I am definitely 100% not excluded from this topic. I am speaking on things that I am learning as well, and I am unlearning as well. So we are just going through the things as we are learning them. So please, I have not mastered anything. I am in the process of becoming better, right? So I have encountered a few people over the years, over these past 2-3 years, that it's just a me, and they need to understand me, and they need to figure me out, and they didn't listen to me, and it's me, and all these kind of things. But I haven't really encountered any healthy thinking, which I've battled with God, and I've like, okay, God, so why am I seeing this one aspect? Why am I seeing this one aspect of things? Why am I seeing this one aspect of thinking? And I came to the realization, and God said, because that is who you are. That is how you have been. And I had to work on that. I had to 100% work on that. So if you are in my lane and you are at a level where you want to become a healthier, better version of yourself and have healthier, better relationships with others as well, and just become more authentic and intentional about your life and the way you conduct yourself, then voicing your boundaries and voicing your opinions and voicing your feelings is 100% something that I would encourage you with doing in a very, very respectful manner. And then just having an open mind that the next person that you are talking to also want the same respect that you want, and also has boundaries just as you have boundaries, and also has feelings just the way that you have feelings as well. So all these things that you feel that you want and you need and that you are entitled to, because I just feel like we are such entitled human beings these days, just bear in mind that the next person has the same boundaries, and just bear in mind that the next person also has boundaries and they also have feelings and they also have certain areas that they want to have respect in those areas. So let's just accommodate one another, learn to voice things in a more matured and a more structured way, where both parties can feel loved and can feel respected and can feel that my boundaries are being taken into consideration. So that is just a small little lesson that I got out of a very quick, very heated argument with my mom that ultimately ended out into us respecting each other so much more, and knowing that we have certain boundaries and there's certain things that we don't like, and there's certain things that we would like more to be respected in, and ultimately we can live together in harmony. That is it for this video. Definitely hope that you got something out of the little that I have said up until next time. This is it from me, Meryl-Lee. Till next time. Bye.